Hey everyone, what's going on? Vyse91 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. Last time we had a bit of a rapid-fire discovery round. We finished up and filled up the entirety of our discovery log with the exception of one final discovery which we can't get to just yet, but we will later. And we also defeated the remaining large monsters with the Delphinus. So today we are finally going to advance the story a little bit. We have to seek out the Maw of Tartas underneath Valua. But first we're going to make a quick pit stop at Dock because we picked up a couple moonfish. I know we got one at the bottom of Glacia. I think we got one other one, or well, actually I don't remember how many exactly we have, but I know we have at least one. So we need to go visit Dock real quick, which is what we are going to do first on our way back north to Valua. So we should be right over this ridge here. And let's see where... There he is, right there. Alright, so let's go down and visit.
Hi.
Hi. Yep, we got some moonfish. So let's feed this big guy. Good old Piccolo. This bird is so big. You almost can't even tell that he's still growing every time you feed him a fish. Alright, and this time we get a marksman gun. So that's kind of interesting, right? The only people we know who use guns are Dine and Gilder. Thank you for always bringing fish for me. Look how much Piccolo has grown. Whoa, and to think he used to be small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Yeah, no kidding. Tell me about it. Who'd have thought that it would grow this big? Piccolo, let's go play over there. Chirp! Maria, be careful. If that big guy starts running around, this rickety old ship won't hold together long. I know. Piccolo, come on, over here. I just wanted to thank you, Vyse. Because of you and your crew, Maria has finally come out of her shell. She's become herself again. In return, well, that's a strange way to put it, but in return, I'll tell you the rest of my story. It's hard for me to talk about it, but if Maria can be strong enough to get over her past, I can't sit here and dwell on my past either. I guess I've finally become strong enough to realize that. Doc. Well, if you must know, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you of the tragedy that befell Ramirez. Depend on a person too much and they will betray your trust sooner or later. Or so Galshan told Ramirez. Maybe that hit a little close to home. I don't know. But for whatever reason, Ramirez began to snoop around for information regarding Mendoza. And that's when we found out that Mendoza was using the Ixotakans as slaves for his own personal profit. He forced the Ixotakans to work a few extra hours here and there, and pocketed all the extra moonstones that they found for himself. The shock of this discovery was almost too much for Ramirez to bear. He went directly to Admiral Mendoza and confronted him. My lord, is it true? Is it true about the moonstones? And the Ixotakan slaves? I won't lie to you. Yes, it is true. But what's the problem? Is there something wrong with making money? With desiring wealth and power? You are forcing the Ixotakans to work grueling hours in inhumane conditions. My lord, you promised me. You told me that you would speak to Her Majesty in regards to the way the Ixotakans were being treated. You truly are naive, aren't you? And what exactly do you think would have happened if I did that? Her Majesty would have found out about my little scheme, and I would basically be signing my own death warrant. How? How could you lie to me like that? It is quite unfortunate that things had to turn out this way, Ramirez. And to think I thought of you as a son. Regardless, you have uncovered my plans and have left me with no choice. Guards, seize him! Everything, all that I have believed in. Ah! By the time I got there, it was already too late. The guards, even Admiral Mendoza. They had all fallen under Ramirez's blade. Ramirez! What have you done? I'm sorry, Doc. But I can no longer trust humans. I can no longer remain here. Wait! Ramirez! Where are you going? Goodbye, Doc. The Ramirez that you knew is no more. He died the moment I drew my blade against Admiral Mendoza. From now on, I will only believe in strength. I shall only follow those with power. Wait! Ramirez!
Ramirez!
And so, Ramirez went on to Galshan's side, and I believe you know the rest of the story. I had spent so much time with both Mendoza and Ramirez, and yet I could do nothing to stop this tragedy from happening. If I only had the strength to stop them, Mendoza, Ramirez, and even Maria, all of their lives would have turned out so much differently. Doc. I know. I'm going to stop living in the past. Just gotta keep looking forward and hope for the best. And besides, I think it's a blessing that I was able to save Maria from the burning wreckage of the Aquila. Aquila? That name? Wait a second there, Fina. You don't think... But I heard that some air pirates that were passing through the area helped save most of the crew after we left them. Hey, Doc. Maria wouldn't happen to have an older sister, would she? Actually, she did. Wait, did I forget to tell you that? Well, unfortunately, she went missing after the accident. Nobody knows what happened to her. Poor Piastol. It's bothered me for years that I couldn't save both of them. Vyse, then it is her!
Uh-huh.
There's no doubt about it. Maria and Piastol are long-lost sisters. We gotta tell Piastol! Piastol said that she would come to find us again sometime. When we see her, we'll tell her everything we know. What she does with this information is up to her. Wow, so quite a revelation there. They kind of hinted at that a little bit throughout the story, that Maria and Piastol might be sisters, but now the final full reveal, they are indeed long-lost sisters. So kind of incredible. And actually, we're going to stop by Sailor's Island. I believe that is the trigger for the final black spot. We needed to uncover that last little bit of story in order for Piastol to send out the fourth and final black spot to us. So let's check this out here. We're just going to leave immediately. Okay, no, I guess it's not here yet, so we got to proceed with the story a little bit longer until we get that black spot. I was thinking that that would be the trigger, but that's okay. I wasn't totally ready to take her on just yet anyway. So, with that being said, we are going to head towards Valua and head into Maw of Tartas. It's time to get our hands on that yellow moon crystal. We were so close so long ago when we were back with Drachma and the Little Jack, and we were at the Maw of Tartas seal at the beginning, but we weren't able to get in. But this time we have a plan, and we are going to get in. So I gotta find the dancing lights. Okay, here we are. And then, if you remember, I pointed out the entrance to the Maw of Tartas is just close by the dancing lights. So let's go ahead and find our way in here. Here we go. And just like the Dark Rift, this will be a ship dungeon. And there's a save point in case you forgot to save outside of this area, because once you're in here, you cannot save in the open air. But we'll just go straight forward here, and this is really just one big long cave. There's not really too much to look at in here, which is a little bit disappointing. You know, this game has done so well with all of its other environments that it's a little bit disappointing that they decided to skip a little bit down here, but I mean, you can understand that. I mean, these are supposed to be caves, and there's nothing all that real glamorous about the caves. But anyway, we have our first encounter down here with a shrimp and some Nyrads. So let's see, what do we want to do here? I'm going to switch over to purple here. That should be good against both of these guys. And I'm actually going to I'm just going to attack this with Vyse. I'm going to put out a Delta Shield, and then guard with the other two. The reason I'm doing Delta Shield is because that Shrill can do Drill Nos. And it does that pretty often. You know, it's pretty common for them to throw out Drill Nos toward the beginning of battle, so I'm just going to have that. Well, those two ran away. They didn't want any part of this. I think their regular attacks can inflict weakness as well, but that didn't happen. Well, I'm just going to do a Cutlass Fury. Maybe that'll do the trick here. Yep, that did it. Too bad those Nyrads didn't stick around. We didn't get to see them attack or anything.
That was easy.
Alright, so quick and easy battle to start things off here. A couple things I wanted to mention during that discovery spree I went on last episode. There were some random battles that I was encountering, and I learned a few magic spells and got some moonberries along the way, so I will be updating you guys on that stuff a little bit later. But here we have a big open area, and there's actually two paths we can take from here. And I believe we want to go to the right to begin with. Here we have some more new enemies. We have some Stalk Fiends, and then we caught them by surprise, and they are green, so we're just going to use a Pyrolin on them with Fina here. And actually, I'm going to move Enrique off of green, because he maxed out green last episode, so let's move him to... let's move him to silver.
Move! Give me strength!
And that takes care of those guys. You know, honestly, random battles at this point of the game should not really be giving you much trouble. They didn't really scale up the difficulty of the random battles, probably, you know, as much as maybe they should have, but, you know, that's okay. I'm not complaining. It's, you know, I'd rather it be easy than difficult, I guess, if I had a choice. So, it's kind of nice to be able to kind of breeze through random battles at this point, but they shouldn't be giving you too much trouble. But here we're going to go off to the right-hand side to begin with. Hopefully I didn't get my directions mixed up. It's very possible that I did, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Alright, here's some Nyrads again, and its cousin or brother or whatever, Nadnarbs. So here we go. My controller is going crazy. Okay. So they are all blue element, but I think that they can still be taken care of with the Pyrolin, but we will find out in just a minute. Man, those Nyrads like to run away. Come on. So do these guys. Man, they're a bunch of pansies. Well, I guess I can't blame them. I mean, maybe they knew that they're just going to get destroyed anyway by this nuke. So I guess the one that ran away was pretty smart. So you can see that one was guarding. It only did 230 damage, but that was still enough to take care of it. So they don't have a lot of HP or anything. Really no threat at all. Alright, so continuing on. Like I said, there's not really much to comment on in these caves. It's pretty much just drab and repetitive and kind of bland. Alright, a little bit further and we come to sort of a little dead end, and you see this yellow crystal protruding from the bottom of the cave. Now if we come up to this crystal and interact with it, it's actually a treasure chest, and we get a Dexus seed. Let's go ahead and use that. Here we go. Increases agility by 1. I think I'm going to give that to... I'll give it to Vyse. I don't think I have any other seeds. No, I'm doing pretty good in that department. Alright, so let's backtrack through here. Now, you see these other kind of yellow crystals that are coming out of the walls and such like that? Well, those aren't treasures as well. They're just regular rocks, so you can't get any items or anything from them, so don't waste your time trying to investigate those things. That last battle, Fina was the last one to gain a +1 to her spirit, so now every character will generate 3 spirit points per turn. Nice. So I'll get 12 spirit points total from everybody per turn. Okay, we got a new enemy here. We have a Carnilac. Now, we saw a similar enemy to this, I believe, in North Ocean, so we've kind of seen these guys before. So, let's see. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a Pyrolint to take care of all those Nadnards. And I'm going to just attack this Carnilac with Vyse to do a little bit of extra damage. I'll probably have to take it out next round. This probably won't hurt the Carnilac too much, but it will take all the Nadnards out. Now the Carnilac, I believe, has a similar moveset to the ones that we saw earlier. It has a Death Blossom move, and it also has Slumber Dust, which can put everybody to sleep. Hopefully it doesn't put Vyse to sleep. It's the only, of course I said that. He's the only one who fell asleep. Goodness. Okay, well, I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. Let's see, what do I want to do here? It is blue, so I guess I could do some magic. I could do some purple magic. So let me do a Crystalise on this guy, and maybe a... I was hoping I had another purple spell with her, but not too bad. I'll use Royal Blade on him as well. So maybe this will do the trick.
Give me strength.
And Vyse can just take a nap. Well, that wasn't terrible. You're just like barely hitting it. Hit it up a little higher, Enrique. Wow, okay. Wow. I was not expecting that. Goodness. That's pretty powerful. Alright, I'll take that. So, Vyse got a little rest there. That's always nice. Alright, moving on. So, once we get back to this big open area, we're just going to continue and hug kind of the right wall so that we can take the original left passage that we saw in the first place. Now, that yellow crystal down there in the bottom left corner of the screen, that is not a treasure. There's nothing there, so don't worry about that. So now we're going to come around here and proceed down the other path. And more just plain Jane Cave. Nothing special about this place at all. Thankfully, this dungeon really isn't all that long. Moving right along. A little bit further, we should reach another large open room with 2 more branching paths. And this time, here it is, and this time we will be taking the left path. Alright, you may see a couple of these yellow crystals, one on the ground and one on the ceiling over there, but again, those are not treasures, so don't bother going after those. Instead, just come down here down the left path. And we got a little more of a trip down to another dead end where there will be another treasure. So it won't take too long, but I guess it's long enough, right? I mean, we wouldn't want it to be too much longer. But just around this next little corner should be it. And, well, not yet. That was kind of a tease. Enrique gained a level and Aika learned Rizalim. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about by now. Alright, and here we have a moonberry. Alright, so let's check out how many moonberries we have here. 8! Oh goodness, I did not think that we had that many. Okay, well you know what? Let's go ahead and knock out some of these other moves here. Let's learn Enrique's last move. Why not? Enrique summons one enemy to the Colosseum to be judged for its crimes. Costs 16 spirit points. It sounds pretty neat. So let's go ahead and learn it. For 4 moonberries, this is the Judgment. So I'll have to show that off in a little while. And we know everyone else's, all of their moves. Aka's the only one that I'm kind of neglecting here, but let's go ahead and take care of her. Creates a mirror-like aura that envelops Aka for 1 turn and restores 10 MP. It costs 10 spirit points, which is kind of outrageous, but you know what? We gotta learn it anyway at some point, so let's go ahead and get it. Epsilon Mirror. So she sure likes her Greek letters, huh? Alpha, Delta, Lambda, Epsilon. And the last one has, or needs 4 moonberries, so we're not quite there yet, but you know what? Her last move isn't really all that great. It's probably a little bit, I don't know, overrated or underwhelming or however you want to describe it. I don't know. It's not really all that great, so there's not really much need to get it as soon as possible if you don't want to, so don't worry too much about that. And actually, in the next battle that I get in, I will show off Enrique's The Judgment move. So be looking forward to that. Which should be right now. Alright, I'll go ahead and leave this in its entirety. So let's see, I'm going to need 16 spirits, so let's go ahead and focus with Vyse there. You know what, let's focus with everybody. I'm going to use a Pyrolin to get rid of those Nadnarbs, and then I'll focus with Enrique as well. It's kind of an overkill on focusing, but you know, oh well. And so I'll take care of these Nadnarbs with that Pyrolin, and then use the Judgment on the Carnilac.
Move! Give me strength!
I'm kind of interested to see if Enrique's move will be enough to take care of this Carnilac, but time will tell. And there goes its Death Blossom move. Now we have seen that before, but this time it's a little more powerful than the previous incarnations that we've seen. I'm actually going to heal up Vyse a little bit. And discard, and here we go with the Judgment. And actually I'm going to switch over to purple, so it'll be a little more effective. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Here we go.
Your trial shall be swift and just. Now face your punishment.
Oh, he was guarding. Oh, man. So that would have done twice that amount of damage. But what an epic move. Like, where did that dragon come from? I didn't know he had a freaking dragon. That would have been good to have earlier. You know what? I'm going to do it again just because he was guarding. He asked for it. So let's go ahead and do it again. We're not going to watch the animation again, but that's more like it. 2,800 damage. Enrique can, you know, he can fight. That's for sure. So that's a good move to have in your back pocket. And we get an Isol Seed. So I'll use that later, I'm sure. I'm not going to bother about it right now. I think it just increases will by 3. So, okay, we're back in this big room here. We're just going to hug the left wall and then go down the other passage. Again, like I said, that crystal up on the ceiling, that is not a treasure, so don't bother going after that. And neither is this one right here on the floor. Also not a treasure. Just a bunch of teases, really. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys something because in this battle that's taking forever, by the way, I am up against 2 Carnilacs. And they have been putting me to sleep relentlessly, so I've kind of inadvertently maxed out my spirit points gauge because of that. So I wanted to show you guys the Blue Rogues move. I know we've seen it before, but now let's see it with a full roster of our crew members. So let's check it out.
Blue Rogues, attack!
Yeah! Here goes!
I never miss.
A fine blade. Take
Really, problem?
You guys looked hungry.
Talk about a motley crew of members there. But it's enough to cause mass destruction as well as a nice health boost. And there we go. Nice.
We did it!
I dig it. Good way to end that battle there. Alright, so let's keep going. Further on down this cave corridor, path thing, lane, entry, area, place, thing. Anyway. Oh, we have a save point. Let's go ahead and use that. Ooh, and we have an interesting looking little yellow line thing. Alright, let's go ahead and use this save point here. And let's proceed. Well, anyway, as I was saying before I got interrupted there, let's proceed. So we come into this area here. It's this big open area. And if we look straight down, we kind of see that there's like this area that looks like, you know, sort of like ruins. It almost looks like the Maw of Tartas from the top. But you can maybe tell that maybe there used to be like something down here, like maybe, I don't know, like it almost looks like a storage area or some sort of like, not really aqueduct system, but you know, something kind of like that. But anyway, as we keep coming up, we see more and more intricate looking artwork on the walls, which looks really cool. And actually, if we look straight above us, we can actually see something up there. So check that out. Well, you probably have guessed by now, yep, that's the yellow Gygus. So if we get further and further up, let's check this thing out. Is that? That is Yelagar, the yellow Gygus. Huh. Sylvite mages managed to put him to sleep. Then they sealed him in here. Yelagar is extremely powerful, so it's best that we don't wake him. The crystal is in Yelagar's possession. We have to find a way to remove it without waking him. Yeah, good luck with that. Because he is already awake. Of course. He's turning Super Saiyan! Great, he's awake! If we stay here, we won't be able to dodge the lightning! We have to get away from him! Engines, full reverse! Like, you still have to make the engines go in reverse. Just saying that, it doesn't have voice commands, Vyse. Super Saiyan! Oh man, that's the seal that we saw at the Maw of Tartas the first time we were here. What a scene! Yep, he's definitely Super Saiyan. Well, now we can finally take down Frieza. Oh, wait. No, that's not right. This is bad. He made breaking the seal look easy. This isn't a good sign. It looks like we're going to have to fight him to get the crystal. Battle stations. Let's take that thing down. Yep, you knew this was coming as soon as we saw him. There was no getting out of fighting against this guy. It's kind of a shiny surface. Anyway, Yelagar. Ancient records say his thunder tore open the skies themselves and its roar shook the ground. Whoa, it doesn't sound like a very friendly Gygus. Vyse, we should be extra careful. Okay, well, we'll be a little careful. We're not going to be extra careful. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to tackle this battle a little bit differently than I have in the past. I'm actually going to stack up a bunch of spirit early on and get drill notes on this guy in the first round. So we'll go ahead and do this. My plan for next round is going to be to cast Incremus, as well as use Urala's max SP thing at the end of the round. So, this guy, I mean, he's pretty typical for a Gygus at this point. You know, we fought Recumen, we fought Grendel, we fought Blueheim, and now we're fighting Yellogar. We never got a chance to fight Ragnar, or Plairgoth, as he were. But, here it goes with Photon Charge. But this is kind of on par with the other Gygas. You know, it's not too terribly powerful, but it can do a little bit. You know, 3,000, I think that's a little bit light. I think that attack has the ability to do a little more damage than that. But maybe not with Drillness on. Alright. So let's see here. What do we want to do? We need to cast Incremus for sure. So let's do that. And then we're also going to use Urala at the end. And now I can kind of fill the gap here with some nonsense. I'll go ahead and fire that torpedo, and I guess I'll guard there just for kicks and giggles. Alright, so we have Incrum, he has Drill. Things are looking pretty good. Here's Photon Charge again. Only 2,000 this time. Well, that makes sense because we're Incrum and he has Drill on him, so that only makes sense. Something annoying about this battle is that you see that we're kind of flying directly away from Yellogar right now, so we tend to kind of follow a similar flight path throughout this battle, where we're flying in the opposite direction for the middle 2 turns or so of each round. And so it makes doing any sort of damage to this guy really annoying because we're not facing him. Our cannons can't hit him. So here's its other attack, Voltigar, which sounds like a better name for him than Yellogar, but anyway. And that only does, peanuts damage. 1560. Nothing. So you might have seen that we did 11,000 damage with that torpedo, but his health meter barely moved. I mean, he has quite a bit of HP. So this battle may take a little bit. It looks kind of flat. Maybe we should try attacking it from above or below. It might be easier to hit that way. Okay, I honestly can't remember which one will give us the 2 C turns. I'm thinking attacking from above will do that. Let's try that. Let's try attacking it from above. Increasing altitude. Aw, man. Okay, well, I guess wrong. Oh well, no big deal. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I'm going to do just a little bit here. I'm going to attack that last turn because I think we're going to follow a similar flight path for this turn. I'm not going to use up a lot of sub-cannons or anything like that. And let's see, that's only 15 spirits, so I can afford to do a little bit more with my turn here. I'm going to go ahead and use Sacrament there, and then I will focus. Well, no, that's not going to do me any good. Let me do, because I'm basically going to be focusing with the full tank there if I do that. So let's do there. That'll be a little better. And I think our buff and debuff will carry over to the next round, which will be a little more advantageous for us to do a good chunk of damage. So next round should be our little payday of sorts. So it's not really scratching the surface of our ship here. We're not under too much of a threat. Which is a good thing. It's kind of odd that it kind of like squirms around like that. You know, I'm wondering how exactly is it flying? Because everything that we've seen that has been flying, you know, makes sense that it's flying. Like we fought Blueheim, well, it's a bird. We fought the Rock, it's a bird. They have wings. Loopers, you know, loopers are weird creatures anyway, but we know they can fly anyway. We fought the giant squid. I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's a fish. Another fish have been flying around. We fought Alania, but it's like, it looked really light like a spider, so maybe it was on like a web or something. So that kind of makes sense. I just don't understand how this thing is flying. I mean, we have engines to make us fly. How is this thing in the air? And it's like squirming around like it's a puppet. Like it's on wires. Damn, not a single weak point. More importantly, is it just me or does that thing look a little more active? Is the seal weakening on it or something? Perhaps, but whatever the reason, it appears to be building up for some sort of attack. I wish there was some way we could knock it off balance like we've done with all the other Geigas, but it's just too big. Anything short of the Moonstone Cannon probably won't even make that thing budge. Well, interesting that you say that because that's exactly what I'm going to use. Mwahaha. Alright, so we're going to... I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. You know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to use this sort of formation here. Because I'm not too certain about those middle two turns, and I still want enough SP to fire the Moonstone Cannon next round should that happen. So let's just go ahead and follow this pattern right here. There's some good damage. Now see, we've done like 35,000 damage to this thing, and you see his health bar is still pretty much at like 75 to 80%. It has a ton of HP. Okay, well we're still facing the guy, so that's, you know, nice. I'm just not sure if we're going to be turned around for this next turn or something like that. Which is what made me a little apprehensive about spending too much spirit with those subcannons and stuff. Yep, see, okay, we're facing away, so our subcannon lost the target there. But at least we were only firing one subcannon, not both subcannons. That makes me feel a little better. But we're still facing the wrong direction. Yep, we're going to lose the target again. So, our 5-foot cannon lost the target, but our torpedo and moonstone cannon should hit. Right through the chest. And 60,000 damage. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. And you see Yellogar has lost the target. I think it has another special attack. I'm not sure what it is, actually, because it's been quite some time since I've seen it, but I don't think it's anything too terrible. Alright, that did it. It's off balance. Haha. Leave it to the Moonstone Cannon. Alright everyone, now's our chance. Open fire! Alright, that's exactly what we're going to do. Drill's effects have worn off, but that's okay. I still got Incremon. And I still got a chance to use the Moonstone Cannon, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And let's see here. This should be good enough to take this guy down. Let's fire up this Moonstone Cannon one more time.
Moonstone Cannon, fire!
And another 44,000, and Yellogar is down. I mean, I guess those could be called wings, like on its back, but they don't really look like wings. Anyway, I'm not still talking about that, I promise. Okay, so we get a Captain Stripe and a Thunder Cutlass. Whoa, it explodes. We did it! That wasn't easy. Man, look at the crater that thing left. Definitely look at the crater that thing left. In comparison to the size of the Delphinus, goodness. It's amazing that we were able to get it before the Armada. Well, since we got the yellow crystal, we should head back to Crescent Isle. This is the 5th moon crystal that we've collected. And now, my quest is finished. Fina. She seemed kind of sad about that. But I mean, that's a good thing. Her quest is over. We received the yellow moon crystal. Alright. So, let's head above the clouds here just to get out of random encounter territory. And we are going to head back to Crescent Isle, which, let me see if I can get my wits about me here. I need to go east. So I'm going to head eastward. And we're not going to go back to Crescent Isle this episode. I'm just going to get in the area so that I'm ready to get there at the beginning of next episode. But that'll do it for today. And next time we will return to Crescent Isle and, you know, maybe see what we can do about talking to Fina about the end of her quest. I mean, she's done what she came to do, so that's pretty good, right? So our quest should be just about over. So let's save the game here. And this looks like a good place. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And next time we will head back to Crescent Isle and see where to go from there. It looks like we're just about wrapped up with this whole deal. So I hope you join me for next time. And until then, you guys take care. And I'll see you next time on Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends.